Hi folks, hope everyone's well. This is Graham Allen and I'm going to be talking to you about four albums, so quite a quick video. Three of them are albums that I picked up from Berlin in the last week. An incredible shop there that people might know about, particularly sort of psych prog fans who are looking for kind of rarer releases. And the place is called the Galactic Supermarket in Berlin. It's pretty well known. And I picked up three albums from there. What I would say is these are certainly not originals. The store had two incredible sort of rooms within rooms, which you had to ask the owner to show you. And he was extremely amenable. But the rooms within the rooms had originals of some incredibly rare albums. For instance, one of my favourite bands, 69, which is a German Hammond organ, synth and drum duo, really kind of overdriven improvised organ stuff. They had an original of their one and only album, Circle of the Crayfish. And they had an original of their double live album. I've got both of those on the Long Hair reissue series, which are terrific. And these were going for serious money. So, and in fact, some of the albums I'm going to show, particularly one of them, will go for four figures. And it's the first one. So, Still Life by Still Life. This is reasonably well known in the vinyl community for collectors of the Vertigo Swirl label because it's on their roster, the Vertigo Swirl roster. It's quite an unusual album, sort of quite trippy, psyche, proggy, very Hammond organ dominated, and this often makes Hammond organ listings of sort of top 100 albums featuring Hammond organs in the sort of prog psych genre. So this is, as I said, certainly not an original. It's a German reissue. It looks to me like it's actually unofficial. It's from 2017. It sort of mimics the Vertigo Swirl, as you can see. Only had a couple of listens to this so far. I would say that as I said, the dominant kind of instrument here is the Hammond organ. It's a four-piece with guitar, vocals, bass and drums. So there's the gatefold, picture of the band there. This came out in 1971 originally. Back cover there, so in keeping with a lot of the Vertigo artwork, very distinctive. So that's Still Life, self-titled, one and only album, Still Life. Okay, second album is a Japanese band called Cosmos Factory, not to be confused with the album called Cosmos Factory, which I think is CCR, I can't remember now. But there's certainly another album called Cosmos Factory. But this band is called Cosmos Factory. They're from Japan. Wonderful cover there with this decrepit and decaying room, and that's actually a car in there. Shows the band actually sitting in the car on the back. Again, this is a reissue on a German, I think, unofficial label called Absinthe. So this is 1973 originally, would be deemed as psych prog, again heavy on organ and some very blazing psych guitar. The album is actually called An Old Castle of Transylvania, and that is a four-part suite that makes up the whole of side 2 and is the best track on here. So again, if you like heavy organ, Hammond organ, psych guitar, some decent singing as well. It's a four-piece. Cosmos Factory is a bit of a classic of the Japanese progressive rock genre. And lastly, this was the best find really for me. This is Tyburn Tall, German heavy prog band. This is from 1972, one and done. Very heavy organ on this, and some fiery guitar playing. And I guess I'd liken this a little bit to Van der Graaf Generator at times because of the fairly upper register singing. Very powerful vocalist, not quite to my liking, quite screechy at times. And the album itself, I think originally had a pressing of about 500, so very minimal budget, and this is not a top-notch recording by any means, but it works okay. So that's Tyburn Tall. This is on the Garden of Delights reissue series, and it's number 673 of 1,000. So in fact, the reprint was greater than the original run. The original album, again, goes for huge amounts of money, well over 4 figures often, because of such a low initial run. So that's Tyburn Tall from Germany. There's the inside of the gatefold, and this is from 1971. And lastly, just wanted to show a wonderful album that I picked up off Bandcamp. I discovered this by searching for organ duos, really. And this is a French duo called Moundrag, and their debut album called Hic Sunt Moundrages on the Spinder Records label. This is number 52 of a run of 100. They've got a Bandcamp site, that's Moundrag. 2 amazingly talented French guys, one on organ and synth, one on drums. Very, very influenced by Atomic Rooster, and in fact they cover some Atomic Rooster tracks on their YouTube channel, and also Emerson, Lake and Palmer. And interestingly, here on the artwork you can probably see this is kind of like a rooster, so Atomic Rooster. And in fact, I've noticed here the colours here down at the bottom, this sort of road that the rooster's got its claw on, this mimics the back of the Tarkus cover by Emerson, Lake and Palmer. So this is really well recorded, very powerful, overdriven, distorted Hammond organ. Really talented guys. I'll just show you the back. There's not a huge amount to see there, or you won't see it much on the camera. But there's a suite on side B called La Poule, the chicken, which is a 5-part suite, and that is really wonderful. Just a great band, really good singers, and they are brothers from France. So that's Moundrag, and it's Hic Sunt Moundrages. If you like heavy, distorted organ, a la Atomic Rooster, you would really, really enjoy this album. And just mentioning Atomic Rooster, and of course Carl Palmer, bit of a shout out to my friend Steve in the US, who I think was, well, he's hoping to meet Carl Palmer last night, but he certainly went to the gig. And I think he's producing an interview from that gig. So I hope Steve had a really good time, and yeah, speak to you soon. Take care, everybody.